Hey people, Infiltrated 53 faction war this is. Angstrom Heights and Ordo Malleus versus Eldar. For the blue Ordo Malleus team, Redacted is an Eversor assassin, a risk-reward melee brawler that explodes on death alongside RoyalCabbage with a Daemonhunter, a melee spellcaster with strong support and disruption, control and all that good stuff. And rounding off the team is MammothMKII with a brother captain. A very durable hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, with powerful support and disruption, fighting in melee. Can also smack you in the face pretty good. Red Eldar, it's triple Warlock. First up is Kung Fu Panda with some Bealtan, I think. We have Taneli, Ulthway maybe, and Endor with some Iandan, I think. These guys are melee spellcasters that can leap into combat with very strong disruption and support. In the southwest, it is Kung Fu Panda against MammothMKII's brother captain. Howling Banshees on the prowl. A big threat to a low-level brother captain with their power melee damage. Fancy special attack from the Warlock. Banshees go after the brother captain. Look at the damage. Chunking health off him. Almost got him down. Now they're fighting the Strike Squad here. Some fire support from a bunch of... ouch, Stormtroopers. That was a hell of a destructor. I think they got double destructed, I think. Yeah, because there was also Taneli here. No grenades though for retreat. Daemonhunter gets into some melee now with that really cool looking sword. Look at that thing. It's awesome. Meanwhile, northeast, Eversor Assassin with triple Stormtroopers. Some players have been viewing the Strike Squad as a slightly inefficient purchase maybe. You get nice burst damage from the Stormtroopers, you get a grenade and stuff. You do get some support from the Strike Squad, but come tier 2, tier 3, in a 3v3 like faction war scenario, they might fall off a bit. Talk of maybe giving them something, I think, to scale up a little bit better. They're not horrible by any means. The support stays, you know, supporty. Just like that. Energy burst we just saw on the Warlock there, draining some energy and slowing him down, given by the Tomes of the Titan. Also they get the banishment, of course. On the power, don't know how long they can stay here though. That Destructor's doing some work, isn't it? Oh wow! Did that ammo crate explode? Seemed to do a bunch of damage to those fellas. They didn't seem to get that damage from the Destructor, they got the damage from the exploding crate. Here is the Rift Tear from the Daemonhunter to slow down these fellas. Persists once they leave the area too for a few seconds, which is nice. You can channel that from very long range as his starting ability. Well, one of them he also gets Purification, doesn't he? To give energy to people. Double Rangers for Endor. Rangers into a Shuriken Cannon for Taneli. This is Kung Fu Panda's Banshees here, again scaring off that brother captain, so maybe we'll see the Nemesis Demon Hammer in tier 2. Here are the Rangers of Endor. Should be able to pick apart the Stormtroopers from long range and some disruptive shots as well to maybe set up grenades and stuff. Rangers getting shots on that Daemonhunter. Warlock jumps on him. Was trying to chase down the Shuriken, I think, but now has Banshees in retreat path. Retreating units taking 30% more damage from melee attacks, which is why Banshees on your retreat path is pretty bad news. They're on the power again, 443 to 500. Really on the front foot here, the Eldar. Banshees running into some trouble though. War Shout didn't seem to suppress the Strike Squad at all. Maybe they retreated too soon afterwards, maybe? That looked a bit odd though. Feel like they should have been suppressed. Obviously they threw out the War Shout so they could suppress them and then run away, I think. Rangers using their fleets to escape. Brother captains found some Guardians though. I don't think I've seen a single grenade throw yet. You usually don't see them thrown on a single entity, but you could. Brother captain popping We Are the Hammer. Getting some more hits in. Warlock is trying to get rid of him, but doesn't do a lot of damage by default with his starter weapon. But of course he can jump on you, which is pretty damn good. Here's that Daemonhunter now. Not sure what his default melee damage is. Probably around 40 odd DPS if I had to guess. Around Force Commander-ish levels. And Warboss-ish. Warboss is like 42.5 I think. Interceptors up for RoyalCabbage and for MammothMKII. Tier 2 for Redacted, the first player to go. Kicking off towards the mid. Warlock there trying to get the cap. Strike Squad Might see a banishment on those Guardians. Stormtroopers alongside them. No sign of the banishment. There it is. Oh, they tried to use it and got kinetic pulsed immediately from these Pathfinder Gear Rangers. And the Warlock did indeed get that central VP. They're on the power again with a Shuriken, with Banshees, with those Guardians. In fact, they're backing off. Oh, it's taking up more of a defensive position. I don't think he's going to risk the Banshees on the gens either. Interceptors in play, teleporting infantry that fight in melee. Help you deal with, you know, Rangers and Shurikens. Ouch. Nice grenade on retreat path. There we go. There's a grenade. Well done, Taneli. Wiped out those Stormtroopers there. Redacted going for a pretty light tier 1. Does triple Stormtroopers... I don't think they even got Sergeants, did they? Well, these two don't. I don't know about the fella that died. The fellas that died. Straight into tier 2. We'll see what comes of it. Probably a Rhino, I guess. Would be nice to see a Dreadnought. They might have spent power already. Yeah, Rhino was queued up. Uh-oh. War Shout into some nasty melee. There's also a Shuriken there. Destructor going in. We have a Merciless Switchblade Warlock now. Fantastic tier 1 melee weapon. Pretty expensive at 35 power. Look at the damage it does. Also drains your energy on hit. And a ranged attack can disrupt. And of course the Strike Squad do use their energy. Interceptors on the Shuriken. Should be able to get rid of it quite easily. But now with the Merciless Switchblade to drain their energy, might have a rough time doing that kind of thing consistently. Purgation Squad in play from Mammoth. Tier 2 for RoyalCabbage. It is Rhino into Vindicator Assassin for Redacted. On the power-ish is RoyalCabbage. Looks like they're going for the VP. Nope. Going to turn and fight a Warlock here. I think we just saw energy drain on him for a second from the Strat Squad. Energy Burst, I think it's called, actually. Rangers, though, getting shots in. Looks like they are going to survive. Here is the Rhino for Redacted. Gone for the anti-infantry heavy bolter turret on top, which I think technically makes it a Razorback, but let's just call it a Rhino. That's what it says there. I don't think Rhinos have the weapons on the back there, but times have changed in Warhammer lore. Maybe they do now. There's the Eversor Assassin, pop in their Psychon. More damage output, more damage resistance, but they have to spend health to activate it. That's their starting ability, and they run away. Is that a Bright Lance? I know that was Ranger shots, not a Bright Lance. They do have a couple of Shurikens. In fact, the Bright Lance is up for Taneli. Not sure where it is. There it is. Coming towards the Rhino. Rhino is really far forward here for Redacted. Kung Fu Panda does not have a Bright Lance. Just hanging out here. Which is so risky. I mean, they might have guessed that they had the tech advantage, but you can't just hang out with your Rhino in this kind of situation, in this kind of place. You know, you hit hard, you get away. Bright Lance is indeed getting shots in. He's trying to reverse away, trying to get repairs, but it needs to keep reversing. Down it goes. Did not last very long. The Daemonhunter now has the Force Rod. Gives him, Retribution, which is pretty cool. Silences, damages, and knocks back foes. 55 melee DPS. Here comes the Warlock with a leap. Oh, didn't knock him over. I mean, they were too far away from the landing point there. Don't see that very often. Champion's robe for this guy. There is the Retribution. Look at that. Pretty cool. And this signifies that they're silenced. They can't use abilities. Uh-oh. Taking a bunch of damage now, though. Lots of Eldar pew pew. But the Ordo Malleus do have the sensor. And here is that Vindicator Assassin for Redacted. Elite Sniper Subcommander. As you may expect. Does big bursts of damage from long range. Grenade. For the Strat Squad here, they do have their Justicar, which makes it the Banishment do more damage. Probably some other stuff too. Dark Reaper time. These guys with Inferno PvP damage, so good versus heavy infantry and super heavy infantry, which is most of the Grey Knights infantry roster. It's a warp throw, and then he threw them into his own retreat path there. That might not work out great. Oh, he's going to be okay. And here come Howling Banshees with the X up against a lot though. Bunch of special attacks immediately. Need to run away though, yeah. Dark Reaper's backing them up. And the Interceptors did drop a model don't think they had their Justifier. In the mid, meanwhile, grenades and everything thrown at the Eversor assassin, who's gone for... Oh, down they go. The Neuro Gauntlet was up, but I think he had his... I'm not sure. Some kind of grenade. It might have been the melter. I didn't see it properly. It might have been that anti-melee grenade thing that I forget the name of. I'm sure we'll see it when he gets back up. Double interceptors for RoyalCabbage. Was not expecting that. See what they can do. Eldar now have the mid. And they continue to pressure the southwest here with Kung Fu Panda. Got some Guardians, got those Dark Creepers, Shurikens here to mess up the infantry. Grenade lands on the Purgation, didn't take another model though. Kicking off in the mid. Daemonhunter with a good special. The Eversor's back. Oh no, it was Onslaught Injectors that I saw. It was not a grenade at all. So it gives him more speed and more charge range. And +1 melee skill every tier that he goes up in tech, which is... I mean, +1 doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. Helps you get those special attacks and avoid being special attacked. The Warlock is going to make it out. Has the Witchblade of Kurnus here, Taneli, alongside that Warp Throw. Banishment didn't seem to do a whole lot there. Interceptors in on the Bright Lance. Even though there's no vehicles around, they've gone for that Bright Lance. Should have gone for the Dark Creepers, which are doing a lot of damage. Teleport away. There is a delay on it now. 300 to 404 on the VPs. 5 Dark Creeper squads on the field now. Vindicare with a sniper fight. Triple Cat. Not looking great for the Ordo Malleus. Tier 3 though for Redacted. Has tons of requisition too. So can rebuild power if needed, like down here for example. Psychon. That Neuro Gauntlet is all about those DPS. 80 power melee, does not do special attacks. So I guess the +1 melee skill isn't going to help him disrupt. It stops him being the target of them at least. Interceptors with that furious intervention. Did some good work there too. I hear Banshees yelling. Is it you? It's probably you guys. Dark Creepers just pouring that damage in. And we do indeed see the Nemesis Demon Hammer. Probably been used already. That's probably why the Banshees were on the floor when we came down here. Oh, Mind Blades up for the Strike Squad here. The global ability of the Brother Captain boosting their melee prowess. I think it's more melee skill and more melee damage, isn't it? Something like that. It's good. I think they're going to get away, but can they touch the power here? Don't think they've touched it a lot. It's not the best bashing force. So they still have the Purgation? Yeah, Purgation is still up. They still have the Incinerators too. Ordo Malleus on the Eldar's natural. Center's been decapped, but it's being retaken by the Eldar. Very focused on this power bash. Oh, these Stormtroopers. These guys are just milling around up here for RoyalCabbage. Planning their next move, I suppose. Warlock's down. This is Taneli. Oh, they're probably looking at this, that's why. And the Daemonhunter and stuff fighting that Warlock. Interceptors have done pretty well so far, I think. Pretty well. And it's, I mean, it's a good way to go to fight all these Dark Creepers. And that Furious Intervention is just so awesome. That Disruptive Teleport, something very satisfying about that. Look at this weight of fire though. That's a hell of a lot of firepower. Holy crap. Let's get away, fellas. Oh, they teleported. Oh, they teleported in there. This could be really bad because you've got grenades potentially now to deal with. And the Warlock is still there. Oh, there's a convenient hole in the wall for them to retreat that way. That's going to save them, I think. Mammoth needs a res. They're down right in the southwest corner there. Oh, this guy just repurchased himself, I think. That Warlock Kung Fu Panda. Power Bash. Here comes the Psychon Eversor Assassin. He used it a little bit earlier, but I guess they want that damage resist for when they try to get into melee. But there was a suppression platform there, so it wasn't going to work out. The Purgation now have silencers. Good damage to all targets. Those guys teleport in. Furious Intervention. A little bit awkward fighting around this cover, but it might help them because of the awkward retreat, and it does. Down goes the Shuriken. Fire Prism on the way for Kung Fu Panda. Vortimer Razorback for Redacted. Seer Council on the way for Endor. Tier 3 for RoyalCabbage. Taneli with the quite heavy tier 2. Still in there. Grenades going in. Can they fight the Banshees now? War shout. Warlock is also in there. He fought them off. Mind Blades again, this time on the interceptors there. Really helps them out in those clutch melee fights. Not sure how much red it is. I need to look that up. Must be at least... It might be 75 actually. I was going to say it must be at least 100, but it might be 75. Kind of in line with user choppers. That's a lot of firepower. Those guys fell over pretty fast. And the Vindicator's in trouble, potentially. Didn't get any upgrades for this fella, so he's quite fragile. 190 to 404. Daemonhunter giving chase alongside double interceptors and the strat squad. No. Only one interceptor's here. The other one's coming out of base. They're going for that power, are they? Trying to cap stuff. That's the Rhino. Where's the Vortimer Razorback then? Oh, there it is. It's the fast attack tier 3 vehicle, new for 295. Has an anti-everything side cannon on top. It's got the Hunter Killer Missile upgrade, which gives it, surprise, surprise, a Hunter Killer Missile and some more health. Now, Hunter Killer's pretty cool. You'll see how it deals with a Fire Prism if they meet. Fire Prism's in the southwest at the moment. Here's that Seer Council, providing an AoE 15% range damage resistance aura. And the Eversor got messed up. There's that explosion on death, and here's an orbital. Those fellas did not get away. That was Redacted Strike Squad, I think, or something. Maybe Interceptors. Oh, was that RoyalCabbage's Strike Squad, actually? I think it was. It was the yellow fellas, wasn't it? 150 to 404. I don't think we've seen any heavy infantry from Redacted. Vortimer helps to get rid of the Seer Council. Not before some damage was done, though. Redacted down to 2 units. Gets another Vortimer. 142 to 404. And again, they're on the power down here. Very difficult to deal with this. Double Dark Creepers. You've got that Warlock, Witchblade of Kernus. Oh, it's Kung Fu Panda, sorry. The Merciless Witchblade and the Warp Throw. Fire Prism just hanging out, defending the power. Doesn't want to push it forward. Knows how quickly it can go down. Vindicator is now up for Mammoth. I wonder if they've even seen the Fire Prism yet. Have they been that far across since it came out? Some good work from the Interceptors. Almost took out the Dark Creepers there. Almost. And they do have the Psych Out grenade thing, which suppresses and drains your energy, I think. Vortimer's taking some damage. Certainly is taking some damage. No proper anti-vehicle for Endor yet, but tons of Dark Creepers shooting on your rear armor is going to do some work. You just saw Retribution there again. See a Council milling around. Scaring off those fellas. Can they get a decap here? Chuck their grenade, going for a decap now. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do it though. There's a lot of firepower. Couldn't quite manage it. 95 to 404. Big VP lead for the Eldar. Purgation, I think will be okay. Oh, maybe not. There's Fleet. Ouch. Nope, was super not okay. That's a cool sink kill. Chucks the spear in his face. What is this now? Warlock popping Providence to get the revive. There we go. And I think they're going to make it out. The effect is still on when he's retreating, is it? Can't be right. Might just be the visual. That guy did not make it out. Double Vortimers doing some work. They've actually done pretty well every time I've seen them in these faction wars, or the 3v3s or whatever. 68 to 404. Lots of firepower again. They're not teleporting on them. There's the Rift Tear. Oh, it's Tempest time. Armor of Damnation. Rift Tear becomes Tempest, which does tons of different effects as it channels, including damage and silencing and stuff like that, I think. Tome of Tranquility too for the energy regen. And Eldritch, that was very strangely placed. Oh, Taneli misclicked it. Was going for the double Vortimers probably. That was a bit unfortunate. The Fire Prisms though, look at the range they have. Oh, turbo penetrate rounds from the Vindicator. Getting those anti-vehicle hits. Can he get another one? Yep. Now needs to run though. Now needs to run. A couple of good hits there from Mammoth's Vindicator. Oh, and that was the Hunter Killer. Talk about range. Holy crap, that was awesome. Hunter Killer Missile takes out that Fire Prism from way downtown. 47 to 404. Pushing through his Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, Taneli meant to put them on the Razorbacks. Eversor blows up again. One of the Vortimers is down, thanks to the Fire Prism chasing it. Fanaticism popped by the Stormtroopers, level 4, and then they flee. Luckily for them, Dark Creepers don't have grenades, but look at this. In retreat path, Kung Fu Panda. Oh, didn't get any hits in. It's just heading south naturally, I guess. Double cap for Eldar. Seems like they've done enough here. Look at this all of a sudden. A Vortimer and... well, 2 Vortimers and a Land Raider Crusader. Eldritch did just catch the edge of that Vortimer there, which shuts it down. Just everything in the world shooting at it. Eldar are going to take it here with a triple cap. And there it is, Vortimer, sorry, Kung Fu Panda very strong at the bottom, continually harassing this power. Redacted going for the triple Stormtroopers into lots of tech. Didn't quite work out in the end. Lost some stuff kind of mid-game. The 2 Vortimers did really well when they hit the field though. But I don't think they quite had the army to put pressure on this VP kind of thing. And RoyalCabbage did some good work with these double interceptors, but hey, let's talk about the work of these Eldar fellas, eh? Dark Creepers did the job, came out, just a wall of Inferno PvP damage, and of course the Seer Council didn't make it easy either. Warlocks were as annoying as always, level 6 here for this fella. Taneli was level 3, Endor level 2. We had a level 4 Eversor Assassin. A level 4 Daemonhunter was fun to see the Tempest going on. In fact, I think he was just about to do it again here. And a level 2 Brother Captain. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part in the Faction War event. And of course, Impregnable for hosting such things. And I'll see you next time.